Guys, if you've never had fajitas before, well, you need to watch this show so you can learn how to make this meat. I'll tell you what, this recipe is going to stun your friends, okay? And, well, everybody should get to enjoy this heavenly tasting dish. Hello everyone, welcome back to Texas Cooking Today. On this episode we're going to be making some fajita meat. Now this is a type of beef, a certain cut of beef. I want to teach you the right cut to use. There's actually two that are common, but one that is really the right cut. And then I want to teach you how to prepare that. There's a lot of connective tissue on it. So I want to teach you how to properly remove that connective tissue without you losing a lot of meat in the process. And I want to teach you how to marinate it the right way. Again, there's more than one way of marinating for fajita meat. There's 3 common ways of marinating for fajita meat. And I want to teach you all 3. So you get to pick and choose. Either way, you're going to find out how to make real fajita beef the right way. This is Fajita Meat 101. Guys, come on over. Let's take a look at this fantastic meat and let's get started making fajita meat. Come on over. Okay guys, what we have here are a couple of skirt steaks. Now there's 2 common cuts that are used for making fajitas. One is a flank steak and the other is a skirt steak. Now the flank steak, while it is commonly used, really isn't the original or first choice. And frankly, it doesn't have as beefy a flavor as the skirt does. Now, skirt steak, wonderful beefy flavor. However, you need to know something. Skirt steak is tough. It's stringy and tough. Even though it has a magnificent beefy flavor, you have to deal with that stringiness and the toughness. We're going to be removing connective tissue that's on the back side of this that looks almost solid white all the way across. I want to teach you how to take all that off and how to get these marinated the right way. So here we have these beautiful cuts of meat, guys. Let's get right into cutting and working this up. So what I want to do, I'm going to take that nice sharp knife. I'm just going to gently slip it right up under this. And what I'm doing is I'm lifting as I'm pushing my knife under. So I'm kind of lifting, push, lift and push. And this keeps me from grabbing too much of that meat. Now, once I get my knife up underneath that, I'm going to turn the blade, not straight, but just slightly up. I mean, just a hair, just like that, folks. And I'm going to gently work it down. Now, the reason I turn that blade up is to catch the connective tissue, not the meat underneath it, like I started doing right there. See how I'm working that? Now, I want to tell you right now, you can't do this with a dull knife, folks. This knife is sharp. It's just a little sharper than a razor. I want to forewarn you, there's a lot of cuts that have silver skin on them, or this connective tissue, and a lot of chefs will grab it on the corner like you would do on the back of a set of ribs and just strip it off of there. If you try doing that on a skirt steak like this, it's not going to work, okay? What it's going to do is it's going to tear these gentle fibers apart. You can see how they're separating now. I could push my finger through the center of this because it's that delicate, okay? I said it was stringy earlier. It is. It's stringy and delicate. Each of the meat fibers will separate from one another quickly and easily, but they're tough. My meat is now ready to marinate. I just got to get this on a pan, stretch it out, and get the ingredients on there. Now let's go right into that, guys. Now before I get into the marinade that we're going to be doing here and how we're doing it, let's talk about the traditional ways of marinating a skirt steak. Now one traditional way, a good friend of mine, a very kind Hispanic gentleman, has shared his family recipe with me, and that was they use beer. And that's pretty common. It's a good common marinade. If you're going to beer marinade, what you want to do is put this in beer the night before. Wrap it up in beer in maybe a plastic bag, put it in the fridge, let it sit in there overnight. When you pull it out the next day and put it on the grill, you've got something really, really special. Okay? Now, frankly, folks, that's not my favorite way of doing it. Now, the supermarkets, and this is method number 2, what you're normally going to find at local Hispanic supermarkets, they're going to take this exact same cut of meat, do what I've done to it right here, and then they're going to cover it with some annatto and sometimes some either paprika or cayenne and sometimes some cumin. And it's sort of different for each supermarket and each company. So I think they all have their own proprietary recipes, and that's cool. So that's what you're normally going to get, is just kind of a dry rub with spices. And generally that's going to be chili powders and sometimes cumin and also annatto. And they use that commonly. What I prefer, I'm not big on the annatto because it doesn't really provide much flavor. It's mostly a color thing. I like the cumin, the cayenne, which bumps up some heat, so it's going to heat up your meat, guys. So if you don't like it really hot, leave this out or really go light on it. Paprika, and I like the flavor of cayenne. Paprika, fantastic. It doesn't really have much heat. It has a light flavor to it, and you can really go heavy across your meat with it. We're going to need salt. You can be heavy with the salt, guys. It's not going to make the meat salty per se. It's just going to make the marinade heavier, so it will push into the meat a little easier. It's similar to the thinking of brining, okay? Also, you're going to need lime juice for this marinade. Now, the marinade I'm doing is one that is finished in 1.5 to 2 hours. So you leave your meat in that for a couple of hours, turning it about every 20 or 30 minutes. And once it's finished marinating, it's ready to hit the grill. Any kind of lime juice you want, guys. You can use fresh limes for this if you'd like, but that's a lot of squeezing. I recommend just getting a bottle of lime juice, okay? Next thing, let's get some salt on those. Cumin. I want to say something about cumin. You need to know this. Cumin is a very robust flavor. It's a very dry and earthy flavor. If you use too much of it, it will quickly overwhelm a dish. So look closely at how much I put on this. That cayenne, again, on this, it's not that the flavor will overwhelm it, it's that the heat will overwhelm it, and your meat will be really spicy hot. If you want to turn it red with paprika, you can do that, and it's not going to hurt a thing. I want to do the exact same thing on the other side. Well, guys, it's now time to do our smoking. We're going to use a smoker's tray, okay? And this is an item that you purchase for your gas grill, often separate. It usually doesn't come with it. And it's simply a tray that's designed to hold either charcoal or wood, and it has a cover on it to control too much flare-ups. It releases lots of smoke. You get the same flavor as cooking over charcoal. Okay, guys, we're out here with my grill. Now, this is old. It's been around for a while. I've been using it for years. This is a stainless steel smoker's tray. Sometimes these come as cast iron also. So you see, I can put charcoal in here. I can put wood in here. Now, put our smoker tray together. There we go. It's loaded and ready. 2 ways of using one of these. Sometimes the cooking surface, or the heat surface rather, is very close to this grate, and there's no way of putting this underneath the grate. So you simply sit it on top of it, in the back, or over to the side. All I have to do is, when I'm heating up my grill, give that time to start smoking. Once it's smoking real good and this grate is real hot, we're ready to put our meat on there. There you go, folks. That's how to use a gas grill for smoking. Easy, isn't it? Let's get this out on the grill. Okay, guys, we're outside in the noisy city. I got here a motorcycle. We have smoke. Now let's go ahead and get that meat right up in here. Remember, like I said, fold that end over. Isn't that beautiful? All we have to do now, guys, is let it cook and get a bit of smoke. That's going to be about, like I said, 4 to 5 minutes per side. Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot begin to tell you how distracting the odor of this meat is. Earlier I was telling you right from wrong when it comes to cutting up this meat. The meat grain runs this way, remember? So we cut a block, and I simply cut like this. Now watch how I bend my knife back, 45-degree angle, That way you get those little strips or little belts. And the nice thing about doing this is everybody that eats your meat, your fajita meat, is going to appreciate you because it comes apart easily. Excuse me, as I enjoy the flavor. Hey folks, so you know what that looks like? Right there. Isn't that gorgeous? Absolutely beautiful, heavenly fajita meat. When it comes to stuff like this, guys, a lot of times it has everything to do with appearance, because how something looks often translates to how people receive it. Yummy, yummy, yummy looking. Okay. All right, folks, that's it right there. That's fajitas. Extra delicious. Well, guys, there it is. Beautiful, sumptuous fajita meat. Nothing like it, guys. Once you've tasted real fajitas, well, after that, you just kind of get spoiled. Let me get something to fix this up here. Enjoy a little of this. I love fajitas. And I always enjoy just a little bit of pico de gallo on mine. I'm one of those that kind of keeps it simple on this stuff. Yes. Oh yeah, folks. Fajitas are like tacos of any kind. They're always messy. But they're delicious, guys. I can't begin to explain. I've been sitting here munching on this stuff. It's so delicious. It's beefiness. The wonderful citrusy side from the acid in that lime juice comes through. The taste of the chilies and the cumin makes for this robust flavor on it. Guys, it's fantastic. You have to try this. Folks, thank you very much. Thank you so very much for watching this show. To my subscribers, I would like to give an extra special thank you to you. Guys, cheers. Thank you for watching. And if you haven't subscribed, well guys, please do. I've got great recipes, wonderful techniques coming to you constantly, okay? This is gonna be a regular thing. You'll see me on Thursdays every week. Well, most weeks, okay? Let's stick to that. Now, if you haven't, like I said, subscribe, please share my videos, give me a thumbs up. I love comments from you guys, so please leave them. And you folks, well, have a good day. Goodbye.